Eno Extreme Media UJ. Subscribe for all updates.
So allow me to firstly register a complaint to you, our leader. You see, yesterday you were at a birthday party. I saw news outlets report that. You made an interesting remark. You said that in the 11th Parliament there is no opposition because you have swallowed it. And for the 12th Parliament, you said you're going to wallop it.
That was already corrected before you came.
Honourable Speaker, allow me to raise my complaint because I came here. I don't know what was said at that point. And for me, I found that problematic. Because you see, we are here statutorily. That's why we have an entire shadow cabinet. And you see, Honourable Speaker, the problem with remarks such as these ones, now we are debating the budget. Cabinet ministers have been given room to speak, a couple of colleagues on the other side. My colleagues on this side, they have been struggling, and you're not giving them chance to speak, colleagues on the opposition. The public out there might misconstrue to say, maybe that's what the speaker meant. This opposition, I'll swallow it. How? Not giving them room to air out their views. So I think we need to be careful how we say things. But also, look, we are here together. Now we are discussing the budget. This budget concerns all of us. It's not enough when the leader of the opposition speaks. These people also represent constituencies. And the way we are according time to all cabinet ministers, to colleagues in the NRM, to air out their views on the budget, I think the same should happen for opposition MPs. At the end of the day, the majority will have their way, but it's important for the minority to have their say. I thought I should give you that feedback, our leader, who is meant to be a neutral arbiter in these matters. Let me get to my quick thoughts on the budget as we are progressing with it. Honourable Speaker, this Lwa Lubowa specialized hospital has become a bottomless pit. We need to stop. Minister of Finance, we are throwing money into this bottomless pit. This project, we were told that this is the panacea to the idea of Ugandans going out of the country, medical tourism. You told us it's going to be complete in 2021. That was the first date. It didn't happen. We were told 2022. Then it was moved to 2024. Last year in April, the Attorney General of Uganda, the Honorable Lwa Lubowa, said that Lwa Lubowa Specialized Hospital is going to be ready to kick off operations in June of 2026. We are at the tail end of April 2026. June is around the corner. Between you and I, Lwa Lubowa Hospital is not going to be ready. The Right Honourable Speaker spoke about a structure, that when you move by the roadside, there is a structure. Yes, when we made a lot of noise, a structure came up. But that structure does not account for the nearly 1 trillion shillings that we have put. That shell structure, brick and mortar, it does not account for the nearly 1 trillion shillings. It does not. Honourable Speaker, I made a statement here after trying to access that place and I was denied access. I said, government, these hospitals, colleagues here, they all are talking about hospitals in their areas, medical facilities, health center force. I said, the money we are throwing at Lwa Lubowa Specialized Hospital, why do we not channel that money to the health center force, to the referral hospitals in the different parts of the country? Why? Because those ones are already in existence. They only need to be beefed up to deal with the drug stockouts, to deal with equipment issues. But this specialized hospital, we can wait until, I don't know, 10 or whatever years from today. It's not going to happen. We keep throwing money therein. The completion dates keep being moved. Why are we doing this? Honourable Speaker, together with colleagues on the shadow cabinet, we visited...
What is the current completion date given?
But we have never gotten a report. I have been on this floor numerous times asking for that. Right, Honourable Speaker, you promised twice so far that you will go with us to check.
Minister,
you have not.
Honourable Minister, you need to give us that information when you have it.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I'll bring a comprehensive report, but where we are at right now, the hospital is at 75% completion. And Right Honourable Speaker, I also want to give this information that the hospital is not the building. COVID actually did halt operations there. But the thing is, the hospital has equipment, has a lot of other infrastructure that is put in place. It's not just a building. As there last year,
it's already inside.
they are already training people to start working. The training rooms are there, the beds are there, the wards are already up and running. But the thing is, having all this equipment at once. Remember, when we went to COVID, even manufacturers were not working abroad, and most of these things were being imported in. So we had a lot of time off work. But right now, as I can tell you, I don't think we'll finish this year without that hospital opening. It will be up and running because most of the infrastructure is in place and the equipment is in place. And the human resource is available.
So you'll need to get a timeline and give it to the House?
I'll do that in less than 2 weeks, Madam Speaker.
Okay.
Right now, Speaker, the Minister of State for Health has said on the Hansard that the wards are up and running. I put it to you, right, Honorable Minister, you are telling us a lie. Which people have been treated at that hospital? Because when you say the wards are up and running, what's a hospital ward? It means people walk in, patients, they are treated. How many have been treated so far? And you see, that's the challenge we have. So she's giving us an update casually, and yet we are supposed to be appropriating money. Why does the government want to be accountable? Every year you come here for money for Lwa Hospital. You never give us an update. It's only when we insist that the Minister of State will arise and give some kind of casual update. Always give an update so that we believe this thing here is viable or it is not viable. But every year you ask for more money. Each time you ask for money, we ask for an update, accountability. You don't avail it. But you keep wanting more money every fiscal year. This is wrong. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Where is Dr. Yume?
Right, Honorable Speaker. Let me proceed with my other concerns. I hope that government, because you see now she's saying she's going to bring a comprehensive report in 2 weeks, but we are passing the budget today. So against what do you want us to give you money for Lwa Hospital? Okay. We don't know what's happening there. We who passed that budget here, we have gone severally and we have been denied access to that place. The Minister of Health at one time went to that facility and she was denied access. The Minister of Health, your boss, she was rejected from accessing. And yet she's the one supposed to be supervising this project. So you deny the Minister of Health access, you deny MPs who appropriate money access. Why do you keep coming back for money here? You people, we need to stop playing around with taxpayers' money. So me, as a person raising this issue, I reject that casual update from the Minister. We want a comprehensive accountability report about Lubowa Hospital. Because nearly 1 trillion shillings has been spent. Can that 1 trillion shillings be accounted for properly? Not saying there's a structure up and running. Because you see, all of us have been involved in some kind of construction here. Brick and mortar, it is easy to put up. So what you're telling us, bring a comprehensive report. If you should have done that before asking for more money. We cannot shoot first and aim later. You first aim and then you shoot. Honorable Henry Musasizi Ariganyira.
Okay.
Honorable Speaker, I went with colleagues to visit a couple of these private companies that keep being given free taxpayer money. And I each time brought a report to Parliament. Rocco, 263 billion shillings so far. We understand they want more money. Honorable Speaker, this Rocco here is the one that has been, for the last donkey's years, been constructing the parliamentary chambers. Maybe it is also due that we get an update. What's happening to the parliamentary chambers? Because the date has kept on shifting. And the reason I'm concerned about that is because this parliament spends billions of shillings renting office space to MPs and staff at private facilities, Kingdom, Kampala, and so on. Why are we spending billions of taxpayer money to rent office space, yet somebody was paid to build new chambers for Parliament? Why? And in addition to that, this rock was given more free money, 263 billion. This was free money, apparently to bail them out, that they were struggling with debts.
Honorable Law.
Why?
On the issue of the parliamentary building, when we came in, we opted to terminate the contract with the ROCO because the work was not moving. And when that happened, Rocco had already taken more money. So if we terminated the contract, we would be the ones at loss. So what we decided now, what we agreed as a commission with the finance, that we will not pay Rocco money. Now the money is being paid directly to the suppliers. As we speak today, the glass, one, there was a change of design. And in that change of design, because of the bomb blast which took place here, we said we needed a glass resistant something, bomb blast resistant glass. So when that change of design came in, finance and commission agreed to pay directly to the suppliers. As we speak today, money is not paid directly to Rocco. The money is given to the suppliers. And as we are here, they are roofing and putting the glass.
Right, Speaker, and maybe that's all the updates that I'm talking about, because it's important that this Parliament gets to know how the money is being spent, and the public too. Right, Speaker, I had not joined Parliament when I was following the story of the new parliamentary chambers. I was actually a journalist and so on. And so the public also keeps following. So they keep waiting with bated breath. When is this structure going to be completed? So it's important that these updates get to happen, so that as we appropriate money, we know what is happening. Honorable Speaker, we went to, with colleagues.
Actually, the construction of that building started when Honorable Peter Gwang was a commissioner. They are the ones who gave out that contract. For us, we inherited the contract. Isn't it so?
Madam Speaker, first of all, I think we need to be thanked for coming up with the new chambers of Parliament.
And before you go ahead, when you say that it will end the accommodation problem, that place does not have any accommodation. No offices. I am telling you. It only has 2 offices and committee rooms.
Madam Speaker, I am here laughing with the leader of opposition on a question which I want to say this. Madam Speaker, I want to confirm that the plan for us to have a new chambers was made by the PC, which is a parliamentary commission. In the original plan, of course, I want to confirm now that I'm almost making to about 9 years ever since I left the PC as a commissioner. But the original plan, to be honest, had a section of offices. The original plan had a section of committee rooms. The regional plan had a provision of a gym. The regional plan had, if I can try to remember what was planned for, and a cafeteria for members of Parliament, which is the executive cafeteria. So I want to say this, that it's important, Madam Speaker, as the chair of the commission, that you take time.
Honorable Ogwang Peter, my little brother.
Yes, right, Honorable.
You people gave the contractor.
I'm coming to the question of the contractor.
The design.
I'm coming to
that place has only 2 offices and committee rooms.
Madam
and
Speaker, these are matters which we can still go back to the records, because the PC is here, the clerk's office is here. These are not matters we are going to conclude in the House, but I want to confirm that if the information I'm giving is maybe out of context, but I remember I was the chair of finance planning at the Parliamentary Commission. But I also want to say, Madam Speaker, that I would really want to implore your office to get back and look at the original design and plan of the new chambers of the Parliamentary Commission. I thank you.
Look, you finish.
So, looks like I've thrown a spanner in the works. But here we are, and that's why it's important for updates and so on, because the original people who issued out the plan and contract are saying offices were catered for. Now we are told offices are not catered for. It's very confusing to us here and to the public, and yet we must not be in confusion, because we are the ones appropriating the money. And the money being appropriated is taxpayers' money. So neither us nor the taxpayer should be in confusion. We must be aware. Well, Honourable Speaker, colleagues and I went to Inspire Africa Coffee Factory, on which we have spent over 180 billion shillings. This is a private facility. It is getting free taxpayers' money. Each time we came here, I came here with a report about Day Biopharma, 724 billion shillings. At Yak Sugar Factory, 668 billion shillings. No sugar is being produced out of there. But we understand they want more money. Day Biopharma, same story. Government told us here, in response to the reports that I brought with colleagues, that for some of these companies we are buying stake. So we asked government, where are the shareholding certificates? They didn't have them. We said, where are the MOUs signed? They were non-existent. How do you play around with money that is not yours like that? It is forgivable if it is your personal project and you're wasting money like that. But you say you're buying stake in a company. You have not done valuation. Valuation reports were not availed. You don't know the weight and the wherewithal of that company. So what stake are you purchasing? The Attorney General stood here on this microphone and said we are working on the MOUs, we are going to table them. That's like 2 years ago. The reports have never been tabled. But we keep coming back asking for more money. This is not right. And that's why people always speculate and say, but who really owns these companies? Inspire Africa Coffee, Day Biopharma, Atiak, Rocco. People ask, the way there is no prudence in how money is sent to those companies, who owns them? Why do you leave room for all that speculation? Right, Honourable Speaker, when we were passing, when Parliament was considering the 723 billion shillings for Day Biopharma, government again told us that we are buying stake. We asked no valuation report, no MOU. Honourable Speaker, your guidance was, which I disagreed with on record, your guidance was, let's pass the money. And Ministry of Finance should not release that money today by a farmer until they have done valuation, until there's an MOU. I remember telling you, Right Honourable Speaker, that once we have passed that money here as Parliament, we become functus official. You're not going to roughshod over Ministry of Finance to tell them, now don't release the money. Yet you have already given them an okay. Because for us, our role stops here. This is where our stopgap measure is. And I said, look, let's wait it out. Because once we pass, you will not be able to follow up. As sure as day follows night, they gave them the money. They have not yet brought to this Parliament evaluation report, MOU, shareholding certificate. This government is operating in contempt of this House. I don't know why. But you keep coming back for more money, more money. Why don't you do that due diligence? Honestly, we look shabby to the people out there. That you're giving free money to a private company. You're saying, no, it is not free, we are buying shares. Where is the shareholding certificate? It is not there. But every year you want more money for it. Surely.
Thank you.
As I come to a close, Right Honourable Speaker, our debt burden, and this is the final issue of concern to me, and maybe tethering it to this, because we have been saying, where should we find money for hospitals, health centers, and so on? Let's stop giving out this free money to these private entities. And what has been given to them should be recovered. The money given to Inspire Africa, Day Biopharma, Atiak, Sugar, Rocco, Lubowa, that money should be recovered. It should. So that we then deploy it to the health facilities that are struggling, to the roads. That way we shall lessen the borrowing that we keep doing. Honourable Msasisi keeps coming. Now we don't have money, we should borrow for this good project. Stop this wasteful expenditure. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, our debt burden is now over 124 trillion. That is alarming. And we keep borrowing a lot more. The challenge also, Right Honourable Speaker, is This money many times is borrowed and it remains lying on accounts, not ready to be utilized. But the person you borrowed from is already asking you to pay for interest, and that's why there's a huge chunk of our budget going to interest payment. Because whether you're utilizing that money or not, for as long as you put pen to paper, the creditor begins to count. You've got to pay interest. So you borrow, you're not ready to utilize it, and you are committing the taxpayer to paying heavy interest and all of these different things. That's part of the problem with our debt burden. It is not organized. Honorable Chris Bariomunsi was, juxtaposing our debt burden to other countries. The challenge with ours is that it's not orderly. You borrow, you're not ready to utilize it. Much of what is borrowed is stolen. That's according to the Inspector General of Government. I see some of you are looking at me. It is not me saying that. It is a government employee. 10 trillion shillings is stolen per annum. These projects, money is borrowed, it is put there, and the money is stolen. And we seem to be okay with it. We should not be okay with these things. So as we consider this budget right now,
switch on.
We honestly need to be thoughtful of these things. We need to be thoughtful of the taxpayer. We need to be thoughtful of these wastages. There's some low-hanging fruit. When government keeps asking, now where do we find money? These are low-hanging fruits. Don't say we didn't tell you.
Thank you, Imam.
Abalungi abatuuliriza era abatulaba olunaku olwaleero tuchaddeko ewa Sheikh Asiraf Dembe.
Sebo sanyusa okubalaba amannya agange Seeka Asiraf Dembe akola ku bizibu by'enjawulo. Omuntu singa aba alina ebirwadde tumusomereddwa, tumuwa amazzi ga lukuya nga bw'obadde ogalaba, tugenda abantu ku kyoto ne twokya emizimu emibi egibabaamu n'okulomba edduwa. Abantu singa abeera ng'ali wano atuuse sobola okumulombera edduwa, ne waba atatuuse nga mpadde amannya ge naye ng'ali wala. Neetaase enamba yange yeeno eri 0707763711. Nammwe bannyinaffe abali ebweru oyagala okuba nti oyagala okulombera ku dduwa ng'olina ebizibu, viza zibuze, amaka gakolongotana, sente zikola zimpita mu ngalo, ojja kumpeereza ekifaananyi kyo n'amannya go, ebyo byokka bijja kummala. Nja kukulombera edduwa, ojja kutereera. Olunaku olusembayo mu mwezi mba n'edduwa ey'awamu ffenna n'abalwadde bange abakadde n'abapya. Salaamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.